Hey, this is G Pal. You're listening to Mike's No Mercy with Robert Steven, John Ladder, and the Birdman.
Get off my lawn.
Oh. Episode 19. Episode 19. How does that happen?
Well, you have to have 18 other ones happen, and then it happens.
Oh, I was muted.
I guess so.
19.
Wow.
19's old enough to drink up in Canada.
Yeah.
19 is old enough to
Free
vote.
Mike's No Mercy. Jason the Birdman. Robert Stevens. We are here. We are here. We are ready for this. Dude, what's going on with this weather? You would think at this point we'd be tanning. We're not tanning right now.
Clearly, I'm not.
Yeah,
White
you're
and sour cream over there.
something.
I am alabaster.
Look how white Robert is, Jason. Jason's like white.
You go to your local Sherman-Williams and you want the whitest paint you could find. You ask for the shade of Robert.
They're probably out of stock.
I like the Robert Stevens shade.
They're probably out of stock. Holy shit.
They walk up to me with their little test strips and put them next to my cheek.
How do you do on vacation, like tanning wise?
I actually go from white to red, back to white, back to red. Then I go off white. Eventually, I get to Manila.
That's wild.
The German Irish overtakes the Italian at that point.
I tan. I tan nicely, but I used to never burn, ever burn. I never got a sunburn before, and then like years ago, I started going to like a nude beach, and I'm chilling. I passed out. I burned everything. I burned my wiener. I burned my face.
Talk about a hot dog.
Oh, it was fucking awful. It was so bad.
I had the worst sunburn I ever got was a couple of years ago from Asbury Park, and it was crazy. It just it set in so quickly. It was like 1 minute we were fine, and then we started walking on the boardwalk, and like maybe 5-10 minutes goes by, and I looked at both of us, me and my friend, and I'm like, dude, we're like burnt to a crisp. We look like lobsters right now. What the hell happened?
It's crazy.
And then we still stopped at PNC on the way home and went to a concert.
Nice.
He didn't want to do it, but I convinced him. He was so miserable the whole time.
I got so burnt one time, so bad, and then that same night, me and my buddy went to a strip club, and during a lap dance, I go, "Get off." Get off. I was fucking done. This is like when I was in my 20s, and I remember I was I had roommates, and I was burnt all over, and then I had that lotion. I forgot what it is, that gel.
Puts the lotion on its skin.
So bad. My buddy's like, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" I go, "I think I need you to put it." I think I need you to put this shit on me. They go, "What?" I go, "Yeah, only my asshole. It's fine." I was done. I was finito. I was like crackling. Like I could feel the heat. I couldn't masturbate that night. It was bad. That's how you know it's bad, when you can't masturbate.
Ask his buddy. Hey, could you put this on me? Dude, you burned your dick. Yeah, could you put this on me?
Dude, at that point, it probably just feels like you're rubbing it with sandpaper.
It was horrendous. It was awful. It was just really, really fucking terrible. But that sound is no joke. And me and my wife, we were in DR, a couple years ago, and we were like,
Same.
we were chilling. It got so bad that we started wearing shirts. I said, "Fuck this! This is like awful. This is fucking terrible." Like we were wearing like these long sleeve shirts. They're very thin, but we were wearing like long sleeve shirts in the pool. It was unbearable. That sun is no joke, man. You cannot control that.
It's not. I mean, I guess I've always felt pretty invincible to it, but past couple of years I've been getting burnt. I'm like, shit, am I losing my sun tolerance now?
Yeah.
That sucks. You should see my dad though. He gets really burnt.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I'm picturing John a week later, like his dick starts chafing, gets dandruff, and he has to use an Izerol to take a bath.
I was using.
He's banging his wife, and she scratches, and all of a sudden she starts like dusting. Hey, I didn't hear the doorbell ring.
Stranger danger.
What's up?
Who the hell is this?
I was having kids. Even Elon Musk's son, who his 14th child. So you saw that movie Cheaper by the Dozen and thought it was a call to action? Also, who's having sex with Elon Musk? He looks like when he orgasms, he goes, beep boop. Somebody really liked that.
Beep boop.
Nice.
Welcome, Walter. You came at a good time. We were just talking about how John gets sunburned on his dick and has his friend rub Neutrogena on it. Great time.
To be fair, I would also get sunburn on my dick. So,
what's up, Walter?
I never saw any light.
Wow,
that's a true friend right there.
Right? Which one you guys is going out and giving the sun to your dick?
That'll be John.
That was me,
John.
I was in San Book like years ago, and I got so fucking bright. Look at you, Walter.
It's called vitamin D for a reason.
Walter looks like he's hiding from the Blair Witch. Is he gonna get you?
It's the dark soul that is my heart in here.
If you want to go to that corner, I'm out of here.
Right? Serious? Oh shit! Call the police. Oh, there he is. There, I got nervous.
You look like you run some sort of investigative journalism YouTube channel.
Right? Doesn't he?
I could start my own conspiracy podcast, but I feel like there's 20 of those in New Jersey now.
Oh, there's so many. Well, how are you, buddy? Thank you for joining us.
Good, I'm good. I like, you know what it is? I was out late last night, and I'm now just like, all right, like, oh, I gotta get up at 11. Start for a podcast. Let's go do it. But I'm fun. This is great. That's why I got the trusty Dunkin' Donuts coffee to get me my personality juice.
I love Dunkin'. So many people, they do the Starbucks route. They do all this other shit. I'm just a Dunkin' Donuts guy.
No, that's a social lubricant.
I will say, Dunkin's quality control's gone down over the years, man. Like, because they're all franchises. So you go to one Dunkin', your favorite Dunkin's really good, but you go to one that's like 3 towns over, different franchisee owner, terrible.
Yeah. Like, I worked there for 5 years.
Oh wow! Did you fill up the whole cup, or did you fill it with like just underneath? Because sometimes that will happen when I'm on my way to work. If I gotta go, they'll either fill it up where you close it and it leaks, and then they just hand it to you, or they just load it with ice to give you what they feel you deserve.
I mean, I feel like a lot of times they give me what they feel I deserve. This time, I think it was almost all the way to the rim. I just already have drank like a third of it by the time I got from between 5 minutes ago and now.
How do you take it? Are you a black guy? Are you a white guy? Are you a sugar
Black
guy?
is this backdrop, baby. Black is this backdrop and my shirt. Every other part of my personality.
Me too.
Other than my penis.
I find the Dunkin' Donuts it's just better blacker. Like I've had like Starbucks, I've had this other shit. There's something different about it. I usually do cold brew. Cold brew is my jam.
I used to like cold brew, and I don't know what happened. I think it was like after 2 years of drinking it, the acidity, like my tongue didn't like it anymore. It's like, we're getting out of here. This tastes too much like pussy. So like we say pussy. I'm not sure if this is a PG show. Nobody ran this by me.
Nah, Jay's on. It's not PG.
That's
no,
fair.
This is triple X, baby.
Dojo.
Take your clothes off.
Like
Let's put Jay on a kids show. I feel like that would go very well.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would go
Until he
so
catches
well.
them. Oops.
Well,
Actually, I like my coffee black and bitter, like Philadelphia Eagle wide receivers.
That's a good disclaimer to have.
Crickets.
That's like
this is
that's like that.
this is
That's
always
like
ready
that guy Blippy. You know Blippy?
Who's Blippy?
He's like this kid's content creator on YouTube, and like he's really popular. But if you go back like years ago, he used to make like much different type of content, and I think there was like this video of him like I don't even remember. I think he like shit on himself or something. It's like a real video, and now he's like a kid's content creator.
There's
Sometimes
way
you
too
gotta
much influences out there.
Sometimes you gotta go where the content is, man. 3 years from now, we could all be making children's content. There's money in it, and let's be real
That's
here.
true.
Like that's where the gravy train is. People love their kids, and once you get in the kids' minds, they'll love you. I mean, look at it. Like that's how you build a fan base that will support you for the rest of your life.
Eddie
Look at
Murphy,
this
man.
beast.
I'm just
Eddie
realizing
Murphy.
now I should have pivoted to children's content 5 years ago.
Right.
Just making
Honestly.
balloon animals, how to learn.
Oh, dude.
I feel like
we have
you
a
do
dog.
well.
We have a dog. We adopted a mixed terrier, and I go to my wife. I go, he's gonna go on Instagram. He's gonna be like, we're gonna
Dude.
fucking retire off of him.
Pet Instagrams, man. Like we should screw comedy. We should just all be making pet Instagrams. I don't
Right?
have any pets, unfortunately, so I'll still lose in that department. It's like
They do the weirdest
here's my
things.
fake pet, my pet
Right?
rock Instagram.
People are always looking for cat videos.
Yeah, but cats are like, like there. I guess like dogs
It's
are more.
oversaturated.
Cats are assholes though, and I love looking at videos of like cats being assholes. But dogs are like funner. Dogs are like funner
Funner?
and like fun. like
Funner.
I'm not.
I don't know. My cat's pretty interesting. He chases foxes.
He chases foxes.
Yeah, they're scared of him.
Oh wow.
I shit you not.
I think it's
That's
the
crazy.
reliability that the dog is always going to like you, whereas the cat will just one day be like, nah, it has its own like emotions and feelings.
Like most people have guard dogs, but we have a guard cat.
You have a guard cat.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find something. My dog did the weirdest thing. I just had to pick. That's okay. I'll pull it up a little bit. Anyway, hey man, thank you so much for coming here. We appreciate it. I've never met you before, and I met like a lot of people,
Yeah, you
like
chasing him out. He just
Brett,
got here.
Ray, Jonathan, everybody. But I know your big thing is the dojo.
I usually do Tommy Fox's. I mean, I'll say this: the last 6 months to a year, I've been mostly in the city. I would say Tommy Fox is probably the main one that a lot of the Jersey people see me at. Levity up in that area. I used to do Rhino like years ago, and then that room just when they moved, they used to be up the block, and they had when they moved locations, the old location was so nice. And that's where I met Jay actually. And it was such a nicer room. It was basically like a theater, but it was built perfectly for stand-up because like you didn't even need the microphone. You could have 100 people in there. They would all hear you. And the new one is just a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which
that's where I first met Jason as well at the Rhino.
Oh, actually, that's true.
Yeah. Jason
But,
loves
like,
you.
That's
but
where I
I've
got my
done-
start.
But I've done like I've met a lot of people like I've done a lot of Jonathan Justin's things. It's the only problem with Jonathan Justin's rooms is that like I remember when he first did Bogies, like the first day that Bogies came out, he texted everybody. So like you got a DM from him. He's like, dude, I'd really appreciate if you came out to this. I would love it for you to be there. And you showed up and there was 35 people who got the same message. I'm like, you whore.
Yeah.
God damn it. I thought I was the only one, Jonathan.
Oh,
Felt
everybody.
special.
Everybody was 40 people. I was like, I'm 35 on the list, man. It's 2:00 in the morning. We're at Bogies. I went to Bogies like 4 times. It was always the busiest day of going to Bogies.
There are times we go there. Sometimes there'd be like 12 people there. Sometimes it'll be a fucking packed room. Like the mics are always give and take. Pizza Town was fun. Pizza Town I enjoy very much. You ever do Pizza Town?
Once,
Mhm.
because I think I was because I usually on Fridays it's either I'll come to the city or I'll go to Levity. I did it a few months ago, and I like it, but it's the outdoor thing is like I have no problem going out and doing outdoor stuff, but then all of a sudden you're like, all right, like you do a joke, and as you're doing it, the car goes by, and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
Yeah. Motorcycles.
For me, it was like a Fast and Furious meet where like everybody's in the back, people are hanging out by their cars, some people are at the table, some people are on the side. Everybody's just like doing their thing.
I'm pretty sure I've walked people there before. like
Just
they
walk
heard.
people.
Yeah, there's like families sitting there eating, and then they heard some of my jokes, and they're like, "All right, we're out of here."
Oh yeah, 100% on that one.
I think we walked a motorcycle gang the one time. I was excited. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Just one more group of people to threaten us while we're on stage.
Great.
Usually you only get this at City Lounge.
The best is where there's people there and they don't want to be there. Like you can clearly tell that they're asked to like just like sit down at the table to just watch, and we're all doing our stuff, and they're just like.
But it's cool when you win them over.
Yeah, it is cool. You win them over. I've seen Cousin Kenny fucking tear it up. I've seen Ray had people dying. But it is funny because people go there for pizza and they're like, oh, what the hell is going on with this? And they're sitting down and you want to just like make that table laugh. I've noticed just that particular, because on the left side it's just comics. But on that right side, that's where that's your focus.
Oh, and that's the best part about it is anytime you have opportunity for real people, that's the best. Those are the best open mics, like still for sure, because that's where you're getting that. Okay, I'm gonna test some stuff that I would do on a show, or how do I react to what this person's doing or saying? Like, I mean, that was one of so like Rhino when I met Jay used to be on Fridays, so they would get audience in there. And now that they've been on Thursdays since the pandemic, you very rarely get an audience in there. So it doesn't have the same value that it used to. City Lounge at one point, when it was on Thursdays, would get audience depending on the time of year. And that was what made that such a fun room for a period of time. I mean, I'm sure it's still a fun room. Now it's on Wednesdays. And then so like once you get into the cycle of going to certain things, you're like, oh, now this is on a different day. God damn it. I got to change my schedule to fit where you're going to have the open mic.
Oh, yeah. It's so hard to keep track. Hey, Walter, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what your first joke that you ever told was? Whether, so your first mic, where it was, and what your first joke was? And did it hit? Did it bomb?
So my first mic might have been at Rhino. Depends on what you would count. Like I would say to the start of this like comedy journey, so it was probably 2018. And if I'm remembering correctly, it's actually still a joke that I've kind of reworked over the last 7 years, and I've used at different points. And it's basically about my ex who used to have birds, and I've reworked that bit so many times. So I don't remember how I said it back then. But this was right before Rhino at that time was doing the they would tape your sets back then, and they would have like an iPad, and like now I've looked back at some of those videos and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, this looks like it was shot on a potato, like the quality. Guys, you could have had a higher resolution potato at least.
Yeah, something.
I'm sure we could find you something.
Yeah, I remember I paid for them I paid them one time to record one of my sets, and then I never got the video.
Oh, that happened like 4 times for me because I would buy them and then I would be like, all right, like at least now I have this in a stockpile of things to go back and look at. That was around the time where I realized just recording your set was like the most important thing of like just getting getting the audio, because what your brain's telling you is totally different than what you do off stage.
Yeah.
But honestly, I did really well. And then the second time I did it, I bombed because the cord fell out and I had not been ready for like something to go off script yet. The second time, So like my first mic, I did really well because I was like really amped up, prepared, had jokes in my head that I always wanted to do. I did well, and then the second time you go, oh, and also you don't know how really well you did because your brain lies to you sometimes. But like,
Yeah, of course.
but the first time I remember doing well, and I remember coming back a week later, and the cord fell out of the microphone. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't ready for this portion of when things go wrong. And also, the first time you're somewhere and there's a huge audience and people are really engaged, it's different than you go the second time. You're like, oh, you mean there's not going to be an audience every week when I come do the open mic?
Right.
Right.
It changes your whole mindset.
Yeah,
Well,
if you have like if
yeah.
you have a hot crowd or you have like a good audience, that first time can give you so much like, oh wow, like I did really well in front of a room full of people. But then you forget that like, after doing this for years, you start going like, oh wait, yeah, there's there's going to be days where you're with 6 people and nobody wants to listen, or 20 people and nobody wants to listen.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it's just
for sure.
comics.
It's funny too. I remember I was working this one show and I hit like it was a really, really good show, and I was feeling really good about it. And then I went to a mic and I popped. I was like, "Fuck this!" It's so pissed.
Something that was working 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like you could have literally just did it like, oh, I
Yeah.
did it literally at another room, killed. You go to the next room, you're like, oh, this was terrible. And then
Right.
like now I do the thing where I go to music mics, and those are like running on sand. Like if you thought doing stand up with just a bunch of comics wasn't fun, wait till you do it at a music mic where nobody was there to listen to any comedy. They were all there to listen to music and have their conversations. You got to
Right.
really pull that room in. But sometimes those are good because that is a good way to teach you how to go ahead and actually get like engaged rooms.
Yeah, that's so true. I speaking of engaging, like I was watching some of your clips, and you like crowd work. Like you seem to be very good with the crowd work. You're very comfortable with that. Like, was that like an easy go, or something you just graduated to?
I think it maybe is a little bit of both. I think it was something post-pandemic that got very big for me, and it was before the crowd work. Like that was right before crowd work clips got viral. The first guy to really push me to do it was this guy Jonathan Swift. Very sweet dude. I've worked with him he was doing stand-up for 10 years when I started.
Right.
I still do stuff with him all the time. Tiny little black dude goes into a room. We'll do 15 minutes of just crowd work and kill it. And so he was the first one to come up to me and goes, just like start fucking with the crowd. Am I allowed to say fuck on here? I forgot if this was a
Yes, you're allowed. Again, Jason Berdan is here. You can curse.
Yes.
Yeah. And you
earmuffs, Jason.
You already told the listeners that
Just don't say any slurs.
you are pro black pussy, so you're fine. Just go with it.
Black pussy.
You said a slur last time.
But I will say, like, crowd work is something you have to get, like, it is like a reps thing of doing it. And I think what benefited because when I really started getting good at it was during that pandemic time. And that's when I started getting credit for it. Even when I would be on other people's shows, like I remember Chris Park, like one of the first, like every year somebody will say the same compliment to you. And it might even be the exact same compliment. Like I've said to Chris Park, he's one of the best storytellers that I know.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure, like, at least I'll say it to him at least once a year. He's like, you've told me that. And I'm like, well, you still are a good storyteller.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's changed. So with the crowd work stuff, I think it's a lot of like, especially that initial nervousness. You just start. I remember when I came back from the pandemic, you start looking around the room when you had like an audience there. It's like, what could I play with? And so the first time I had a really good set with crowd work where I was like, oh, like it kind of changed like some people's perceptions was, do you guys know Robert Fields?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a place down in, he only did a couple of open mics here. He had a Saturday open mic down in West Orange at the Shillelagh Club. And we went and there was like 15 comics and there was like 30 people there. And like, I'm just sitting there and all of a sudden, like there's the gear that goes in the back of your head and you're like, oh, like all this, like you start going like, oh, I see like the different ways I could fuck with this room and fuck with these people. And I crushed so hard, the people wanted to go ahead. People started buying all the other comics drinks and shit. Like it was because I was like one of the last 2 comics to go up and I hit so hard. They were just like, apparently one group was coming from a funeral. They were like, this was so great. They were, it was such an engaging crowd after that moment. Like everybody was like, wow, like it was like, it was such a very fun room. And to the point where at the time I used to wear like I used to wear a Browns hat and the guy I guess the owner went up to Robert and he's like, yo, like, who's that guy? Next time you guys do the show, book him, which Robert didn't book me until like 3 months ago. So that was like about 5 years ago. So, but crowd work is one of those things you just get used to doing as you continue to do it. If you have that opportunity there where you have an audience, you can kind of interact with people, and it just takes that little bit of, okay, when things go off script, just like your wit can go on or whatever. And doing the podcasting thing, I think helps too, because you guys are reacting to each other. You're learning how to read and play off of each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We're kind of just riffing and just bouncing off each other. I think crowd work's definitely like an important skill to have, and a lot of it's just like making observations or just pointing out funny things. And I mean, there's almost like a formula to it. Like you see a lot of like crowd working people, they're kind of, asking like, oh, like, are you single? Are you dating? Are you married? What do you do for a living? This and that. And then you kind of just bounce off of that. And then kind of going back to what you were saying before, like when the crowd's not listening, like crowd work's definitely a great way to like pull them in, get them engaged, and also too, like there's also that comfort too, like when the crowd's not listening, because then you're almost like, okay, like nothing matters. I can kind of just say and do whatever, like there's no real consequences.
Absolutely. I said that getting the crowd to listen is a huge thing. Is like we've all done stand up in rooms where like the audience is like, oh, this is surprise comedy, especially as you get further and further away from New York City. Sometimes you'll do shows where you're the only show in town and you just happen to be at the bar that they all go to. Like they just paid the cover because they were like, well, it's $10 to go to the bar I normally drink at tonight. This isn't that unusual. Wait, why is that guy telling jokes in the corner?
Yeah. That is true.
And then they're off doing whatever their thing is, and you have to engage them. And the one way to engage them, I remember we did a show up in, I think it was Florida, New York, or Middletown, New York, about an hour from New York City. And the first 3 comics were all flatlining, and you're looking at the room. It's like the only way to win some of those rooms is just engage them, is just start playing with them. Because then all of a sudden, it's like when you're in grade school and you think you're going to get called on. Yeah. And now everybody starts leaning in and they go, oh, what's going to happen next? What's he reacting to?
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. It's like, I would say like it's a skill. Crowd work's a skill. It can't be the only skill you have in stand up, I think, but it's a good skill to have. And it's a very fun skill to have. And it makes everything feel more natural and very unique for everybody.
Yeah, that is true. I remember, I was at Bogey's one night, and then we're gonna move on to our first topic. I was at Bogey's one night, and there was a family that came in, and I'm outside vaping, and this woman's like, "Hey, can you mess with my niece?" I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You guys are comics." I said, "Yeah," and she goes, "Can you mess with my niece?" I go, "How old is she?" She goes, "She's 19. She's a good sport." I said, "Okay." So I asked what her name was. Olivia, because I thought it was odd, like Olivia. And they're all Irish, big Irish fucking family. They go, I'm like, all right, Olivia, I can work with that. So I started doing my set, and I pretended like I recognized her, and this was like a whole family, so they were waiting, for her to get roasted. So I'm like, Olivia, and she was looking at me. She goes, yeah. I said, OnlyFans, and they were just fucking dying. I go, I was just jerking off to you last night. That is. That is insane. They were laughing so hard. And I was like, oh, like it's such a great moment when you're like there, like when you like have them in. They were fucking dying. They were all in on it, and it's just awesome because crowd work is definitely beneficial. Like it definitely sets the tone. Where like if something doesn't hit, okay, you go work this, and now you have them again. Like a catch and release, but reverse situation. It's fun. It's definitely good fun. We got to go to the first topic. So you were talking about the both of you and Jason. We're talking about influencing. There's so much social media influences and whatnot. Do you remember years ago where like you can go to Woodstock for like I think it was like $100, right? And then you pay like $50 for parking, but now you got Coachella. Coachella is like this annoying asshole monster.
Yeah,
because we were talking about it.
It's like the biggest music festival, but it's like
but I don't ever
it's
want
like
to
an
go to this
influencer hellhole now.
You're talking,
Everything sucks.
Yeah.
It's overpriced. Like you should see the prices these people are paying.
Wait, Jason, did you go to Coachella?
I did not.
Oh,
but like it's all over the news right now. So
Yeah,
they're
and
saying
if you
like for loaded fries, Jason does not like Coachella.
oh, that's his backdrop. Is Coachella sucks.
I just saw that.
Well,
$28 for
well,
loaded
his
fries.
head was in front of it.
Yeah,
He does have a big
Jason
head.
got a big head.
So we got the list here. We got $28 for loaded fries, $100 for caviar and chicken nuggets,
Well, I mean,
$89 for locker rentals,
Keep going.
3,000 plus for last minute tickets.
That's
And
fair.
people are paying up to 24 grand just for like house rentals.
Wow.
And these are people who are sitting in the fucking cabana, not even watching the goddamn show, just going like, "Oh my god, so about Coachella." Like, what?
Just
Like,
phones in the sky. That's all it is.
fucking loser.
Quick question: how much was
Loser.
the caviar
Yeah.
and chicken nuggets?
That
$100?
was $100.
$100. Who's ordering caviar and chicken nuggets? What weird
Kardashians.
McDonald's were you going to?
It's not for regular people anymore. It's for like,
You're regular.
wealthy people and influencers. That's all it is. It's not even about the music. It's just about like being seen.
Not even chicken tenders. Like at least like the chicken tenders would be like, all right, like you're a high upscale 8-year-old.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Like
Caviar
who's
and
just like,
dinosaur
you know what I
nuggets.
wanted was chicken nuggets and caviar. Like was this Donald Trump's Coachella? Like he was big on McDonald's, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the White House where like he invited who was it? The Chiefs or who was the team, Robert, that he invited and then he had McDonald's?
I want to say it was the Chiefs
Was it
when
the
they won the
Chiefs?
Super Bowl and he had McDonald's. He's done it for like heads of state,
Yeah, because
The head of India comes in, and he offers him Burger King or McDonald's. Here, have some cow.
You won the Super Bowl, guys.
That's our
Have
guy.
a Big Mac.
Oh,
Have a
and
Big Mac.
$34 for a slice of pizza. How about that?
How much?
$34 for a slice of pizza.
Is that with or without
Women's
toppings?
own.
Is that with caviar? Does this all come with caviar and gold spoons? I'm hoping. Like, what's going on here?
Has to.
No, they
I feel
sprinkle
like-
some adrenochrome on top.
I feel like you get vetted before you walk in, like what your salary is, and if you're like under 300,000, loser. Go where the
It's
poor people
just it's like such like a class. What's the word I'm looking for? It's there's basically like the wealthy class, the VIPs or whatever, and then like the normal people that just go there like camp in a tent or whatever.
The muggles.
And
And
it's
it's all
just a
shitty bands,
completely
too.
different experience.
So, Jay, what you're saying is we got to do our own music festival. That's the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comedy music festival. In
These
case
are
you guys
all
want to go
shit-
back to doing outdoor comedy, if you guys remember how that was.
yeah.
We've done it.
Yeah.
But you know what? These are all shitty bands. Like, this is no like fucking Lollapalooza with fucking the Chili Peppers, Pearl Jam, Smashing Pumpkins. Like,
Who's there? Who's at Coachella?
I think there were two big names who I recognize.
Well, names-
I barely recognize them anymore.
Justin Bieber was there. Did you hear about Justin Bieber? What he did on stage?
Yeah, he was just playing YouTube videos on stage.
So Walter, he was there for 2 nights, and the first night he just sat down on the stage, and he had a computer in front of him, and he's just playing footage of him growing up in the business, being harassed by the paparazzi. Now this is like millions of people. I mean, it's probably exaggerated, but this is a packed fucking venue, and he's just sitting there like just like doing clicks. That's it. and it was like him being chased by the paparazzi. Him like when he started out being in a recording studio. That is it. And then the next night he performed. But who was the lineup, Jason? Like, who are the big ones? Because I think I saw 2 names on it.
I remember Sabrina Carpenter, I think, was maybe on it.
Yeah, she's hot. She's hot.
Was that the one where she did a thing with Madonna? Yeah, she did Like a Prayer recently.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, they did a duet of Like a Prayer. I think that might have been at Coachella, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I'm not that plugged into all that, but I think I saw that clip come up.
I just miss like real festivals. Like we were in Vegas a couple years ago, and we did When We Were Young, and it was Offspring, Goldfinger, Link.
Oh, nice.
It's just different. Lollapalooza was fucking dope, and everything is just changed. Everything's just changed. It was Coachella. I believe it was $3,000 if you need to get shuttled last minute from where you're at.
A shuttle.
Wow.
Yeah, shuttle.
Is
Who's the lineup?
shuttle?
Who's the lineup?
It's interesting.
I mean, I recognize like maybe a third of these artists.
Okay.
You got the Strokes.
Cool.
Man.
Strokes are cool. Who
Some
else?
Sexy Red.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Right.
Young Thug.
All right. I'm out. I'm gonna tap out that. As soon as you said Sexy Red. I've seen her. I've seen her like all of these new rappers.
Wait,
Ice Spice. Yeah.
Time out. Sexy Red is a woman?
Yeah, Sexy Red is a African American performer.
I had her as a Native American.
She usually wears glasses.
Sexy Red sounds like what you take like for one of those gas station pills that you take.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Here, try some Sexy Red. Call a doctor in 5 hours.
another thing that happens at this festival is like there's long lines to get for like anything, to get food, use the bathrooms, and there's never enough bathrooms, and people don't want to wait in lines. Some of them can't. So something that actually happens is people will like shit in people's tents or like their campsites, and these unsuspecting victims will come back to their campsite and realize that somebody shit in their tent. No, it's a real thing that happens.
Oh shit, a sleeping bag. Right on their pillow.
I think I like the idea of being a millionaire and being forced to use a porta potty. That makes me smile.
They have their own.
Dude, I've been to a few music festivals where by like day 2, it's just the porta potty is just
they're disgusting.
Ugh. Oh
like
god,
Vietnam.
no! It looks like it's
Coming
been
back
hit
from
with like a missile strike. It's awful.
Like
The
Daytona.
whole
turns
place
into a
needs to
big
be
toilet.
condemned.
Oh
You
yeah.
go to Rockville, Daytona turns into a big toilet by day 3.
And then by day 3, everyone smells so bad.
Oh yeah, because there's no showering. I was at Woodstock '99. I think I only had to piss. I did not have to drop in the porta potty, and that's all I was thinking about since I got there. Was just be careful what you eat, be careful what you drink, because I would rather die than shit in a porta potty. That's just me. My friends work at Con Edison, Verizon, and like they're used to it. I said, if that makes me bougie, then I'm bougie.
Fucking Woodstock '99. That was an insane asylum, man.
I was great.
In that case, the worst thing that could happen to you is dying in a porta potty.
Yeah, because it just would never happen. Like even when I go to the fucking Jet games, I don't ever drop. I've been at festivals, games. I've never dropped in a porta potty.
Well, taking a dump in a jet ski would be kind of redundant, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Did you see who we got? Aside from Geno Smith, we're ready, you fuck.
We got Geno Smith. That was
Besides Geno
right there.
David Bailey,
David
Kenyon
Bailey.
Sadiq.
Yeah,
Omar.
tight end. I
Geno
can't believe that we
Smith.
went tight end first round. That's interesting.
That was one that nobody was talking about going into that either. Was that everybody else was like mocked to him, and they were like Kenyon Sadiq. For some reason, they didn't think the Jets would go ahead and spend a first-round pick on a tight end, and like the Jets were like, bet we'll do it.
Well, because remember they were trying to get Powers. I think 2 years ago they were trying to get Brock Powers, and I thought we were going to get him. I think we were the 8 or the 9 or whatever. I thought we were going to get him, and the Colts got him.
No, Raiders got him.
Oh, Raiders. I'm sorry.
Because
He's got over 100 catches rookie year, man.
Yeah, it was rookie year. He wasn't an animal last year.
Well,
but he's good.
And he had Geno Smith throw it to him.
Geno Smith, let's go.
Here's a great idea. I failed on the Raiders, so I guess I'll go to the Jets.
Robert, you could talk all the shit you want because they were already talking about getting Jalen Hurts for 2027 picks. They're talking about that, and they're even talking about the Bengals. What the fuck's his name?
Oh,
Joe
Burrow.
Yeah,
he wants to burrow his head in the sand. That team is so bad. He goes out of his way to get hurt early just so he doesn't have to put up with the season.
Oh, it's the fucking worst.
Jason's down there going, sports is cool.
Sports.
Jason's going with that. Walter, Jason loves you, by the way. You are basically the reason why Jason is here, because Jason said that.
No, let me say it.
Yeah, you said it.
No, well, Walter, you actually are one of my favorites because, you pointed out we met at the Rhino, and, that's where I got my start. And, oh, cool. There goes the background music. Oh, we're getting into it.
Let him hear
when I first started doing comedy there, like in the beginning, I was like way too nervous to like talk to anyone after the shows. I would just like dash out the door as soon as the mic was over. But you were actually like the first person to come up to me after one of the shows and be like, hey man, I like your stuff. You're pretty good. And then, that kind of, I guess, got me to like open up more and start like, talking more, start talking to like the other comics, and I guess just getting more involved with it. And also you recommended a couple other places that I should check out. So that helped me expand.
Well,
so
I hadn't seen you in a while, and I saw you, I guess, 2 years ago when you first started coming. You really started hitting it hard again, like about a year or two ago. And I was like, oh, this is great. Like, it's so interesting when you see somebody from like several years ago like pop back in and start going harder. And I was like, oh, that's great. Like, I was like excited to see you back around. And the funny thing is like, I know for me, that's one of the most intimidating things when you first start comedy is figuring out where Jason likes to masturbate in public. He did do that. I think the first time, one of the first open mics I saw him do was with his leg behind his head, and he would get up on
yes.
By the way, very flexible man, that Jason Burdan.
He's so flexible.
Oh my God. I like every other guy is like, I'm fucking jealous. This guy walks around women.
Jason is quite flexible.
Oh my God. Oh, now he's like, he has to prove it to everybody. One day, Jason, you're not going to be able to do that anymore.
You're going to miss one time.
I know, and I'm going to find out the hard way.
You're going to tear something.
I'm going to break something.
But Jason is essentially here because you believed in him. Like you believed in him, and then he kept it going because everybody has that, like somebody that goes up to them and be like, yeah, hey man, that was pretty good, and it makes you feel good, and it makes you, wow, you know what? Maybe this is like a thing. And for Jason, this is like it built him up, and now
I am the byproduct of your encouragement.
Jason is here.
I will say this: that's kind of where I like when I talk to other comics. Or when I see other comics interaction, how they treat new people at it is kind of how I mostly judge people. Because it's like, it's very easy to be nice to the guy who's a headliner. Sure. Being nice to the people and like the new people wandering through, or the people who don't seem to be like in a clique. Because I've seen that happen where all of a sudden you get cliques that pop up and they all kind of like, well, we're just going to hang with our buddies and kind of make rooms kind of feel awkward and shit. I've been very anti that my entire time doing stand up. I've been always like, hey, if I see somebody new, try to like push them in the right directions. Like, here's all the other rooms you can go to. Here's the ways you find the rooms. Here's the spots that are fun, and do the different like types of rooms and stuff like that. And the different people to
And that goes a
interact
long
with.
way, Walter. That really goes a long way because you feel like somewhat validated. Where someone, because usually at a mic somebody just leaves after their set, but the fact that you do that for people, it makes
That
them
was
feel
me in the
good.
beginning.
Yeah, you show the mics. You can go here on a Thursday.
Imagine there's like an alternate timeline where Walter didn't come up and talk to me, and then I just gave up on comedy.
Right?
Dickhead Walter. That's Universe 3, Walter. Where I just left after every set. All right, guys, we're gonna go home. Bye. That's so especially in Jersey, that's such a weird thing. I understand it happens a lot in New York. I see it happen. It makes sense when you're in the city where it goes on, because some of the rooms you're like, it's only an hour long. Some people wander in a little bit late, and everybody's running from mic to mic in the city. In Jersey, I always get a little weirded out with that, because these are and listen, if you're at the beginning of a 30-person open mic and somebody came in after your set, different opinions on that. I think that's fine. Listen, you've been here long enough. At a certain point, you're going to wait till the list gets to 40 or something. If you're one of the first 2 people, no. But there's a balance to it. There's people who they go up first or second and they just ghost. Unless you have somewhere really to be, at least try to stay for a few people a lot of the time, especially because this is kind of especially Jersey and Hudson Valley, it's a community. You're in it kind of together to try to support each other. But again, there's reasonableness to it. That's why I always think
Vegas, and
or if you're just that guy that's bumping everyone every night.
I'm sorry, Walter. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, what were you gonna say? Vegas?
I heard Vegas, so go.
Yes.
My buddy was in Vegas, and he had to make a Sophie's choice, something very life impacting. Either A, go to a mic and then take the 27th slot, or C, midget wrestling.
He picked midget wrestling, right?
He chose midget wrestling.
Oh, good. Yo, you know what? Right choice.
Wrestling.
Absolutely the right choice.
Did he wrestle a midget?
I'll wrestle them all day.
Did he get in the ring and wrestle a midget? Because
nobody watched, and he was showing pictures and videos, and he made the right decision.
Absolutely.
27.
Now you have a story. He went to go see midget wrestling. He could have been the 27th person at the open mic and not have a story about seeing midget wrestling.
Oh, right. And it sucks too, because you go to a mic and there's the fucking list. You're all right, I'm number 5, and it's a nice room. Then you're number 18, and there's 2 people left. One person's waiting for the other one to come out of the bathroom, then they're out.
That's happened to me a bunch of times.
So many times.
I will say this: those I've kind of gotten to the point where I enjoy when there's only 2 people, because it's I could rip out all the new things and I don't have to worry about bombing, because it is bomb. I mean, no matter what, get 2 people to laugh. All right, you got something. If you didn't get 2 people to laugh, it doesn't matter, especially when you're really working at those early renditions of things. Depends on how you do your writing. I like to write a little bit more on stage. I think that kind of goes along with the crowd work stuff.
Yeah.
Because it gets you more in the flow of what your natural voice is. Some people write off stage, and then exactly what they wrote off stage is what they say on stage. And it never changes.
For me, it changes sometimes. It depends. I'll have something set and I'll be on there. Sometimes in my brain, I'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to try this. I'm just going to try. But sometimes you have a set thing and that's what you're going with. But do you deviate sometimes?
All the time. It's all deviation. I went up there with a plan, and the plan went out the window.
Yeah.
It's all of a sudden your brain kind of goes into those weird conjunctions of oh wait, this is going on. React to this. Oh, this somebody was talking about this thing over here. Somebody shouted from this part something else. Your brain runs back to an older joke, a different joke. Oh, this room feels like I need a little bit of more love here. Let me do a joke that's a little bit more endearing.
I was gonna do a joke about Lil Tay. There's this joke that I have, and it hits. And then I was at this room, and that was part of my set list. And as soon as I walk in, everybody's 50. I said, I'm not using this one. This is just not gonna. This is just not gonna work on this one. But I was excited to use it, but I didn't. Just constantly rewriting, editing, deviating. Speaking of Lil Tay, it seems to be a surge of these rappers like Ice Spice. Do you know Ice Spice?
I know who Ice Spice is. I have no idea why Ice Spice is famous. I can't remember. I couldn't remember what song or anything about Ice Spice, other than it sounds delicious.
She looks like a hot Annie,
A hot Annie.
like a really hot Annie.
Looks like Carrot Top.
that is a horrible description. I grew up watching that movie so much as a kid because like half my family are gingers, like 10 times more ginger than I am.
Really?
And so that was on all the time.
He's still waiting for the sun to come up.
Yo, legit. Except we all have to run from the sun. It's all gingers.
Holy
right?
fuck, who is this girl?
So do you consider yourself a ginger?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I say that sometimes I'll say that, and then the cousins of mine who are really like full ginger, they're like, "You're not a real ginger."
Robert, turn down your brightness.
Get out of
I'm
here.
not working on it.
You don't get to use that word. That's our word. I'm like, God damn it, Rick.
Your word. They were saying that, like, Jason, where was it? She was at a McDonald's and she got a.
She was at a McDonald's, and I think it was like middle of the night or like early morning, whatever. Just kind of sitting at the booth with her friend eating, and then this random girl just walked up to her and just kind of started attacking her
in the middle of eating her Whopper. Her Big Mac, I mean.
I was going to say,
but she didn't just sit there and take it.
I was confused. I think you said McDonald's and you said Whopper. I'm like, wait, maybe I was wrong. Maybe this was Burger King.
Yeah. I don't want to piss on Burger King. But she was sitting down.
Fucking hair.
I'm trying to find the clip, but I don't know if it's going to freeze. Let's
so
see
when you
if I
say
can
attack
find
her, do you mean like verbally or like she actually got like physically assaulted? Like
physically assaulted.
Oh, no, she got assaulted. I'm trying to pull it up right here. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I could do this without it freezing. Let's see. Oh,
but she didn't go down without a fight.
No. Hold on 1 second. While I'm queuing this up, you are tuning into 3 Mics, No Mercy. We have Walter Deptuch, a.k.a. Brojo Death Punch. We're on the John Ladder Comedy Channel, and you can also listen to us on Spotify by typing in 3 Mics, No Mercy. Definitely go on there, give us a little listen. I'm about to cue this right now. Hopefully we're good. Let's see. You ready?
What? Ready for what? Kick ass. You kick ass? That's what you do, you kick ass?
He's asking, do you shake ass?
So you from Cali? So go shake ass. So you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Where are you from? Are you from Cali? I'm from Chirac. Where are you from? Oh, you're from Chirac. Yeah. So where
you from?
So where you from? I'm from McDonald. I'm from Wayne.
Oh. 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 There's the McDouble. Oh, she hit her with that 3-piece combo.
You know what? She don't stop too.
Oh, her friend just got slammed to the table.
Supersizing that bitch.
When you can't sit down after a long day making shitty music and enjoy eating your Big Mac, what the hell is going on? I'm tired. I just made a shitty track. Let me get a Big Mac.
You're gonna be more tired after that, I feel like.
Right?
It's tiring. I still like Sophie Powers better.
Sophie Powers?
Sophie Powers yet? The little blonde girl that showed up on American Idol singing "Shut the Fuck Up."
No.
Almost gave Lionel Richie a heart attack. She's got like a Band-Aid on her nose. She's like, "Mom, shut the fuck up. Dad, shut the fuck up." After she's done, they're all dumbfounded, and she looks at Lionel. She goes, "So what do you think, Lionel?" And he's just like staring at her. He goes, "I'm mortified."
Yes, see, dude, that's the whole thing. People are now, they're getting these opportunities from like AGT, America's Got Talent, and they're really not going with the formula of just singing traditionally. They got to come up with these gimmicks, but some of them are working. Some of them are like legit working.
Yeah, she's got like 3 million followers now. She's shooting out videos all over the place, just telling
really?
Groceries, shut the fuck up.
She's Canadian.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
It's all you need is like a little bit of viralness now. It's like a Hawk girl. Now it's the whole thing with Kill Tony. It's like you get on Kill Tony, one bit goes viral. One guy asks you to go on the road with him, and then all of a sudden, like your career is made now. Like it's a weird. We're in this weird thing of like if things hit a certain way, it could just be one viral clip, and then it's like you have a career now.
Oh, it's so true.
Yeah, nowadays it's a lot more about marketing yourself than like the actual material.
Yeah.
And our problem is we're all viral, but in a completely wrong way.
Oh, I actually found.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get canceled one day.
Well, that'll be awesome.
But
One day.
to be fair, getting canceled seems to be good for your career.
Yeah, that's so true. Well, have you heard about Levity open mic?
Levity open mic. Oh, which thing? Oh, the stuff. Which thing about the open mic? Talking about the new war between Levity's the Levity hosts and all of New Jersey, apparently.
Yeah.
I have heard some of that. I saw like the video, and I'm just like, this is a weird thing. Like this escalated so fast.
Yeah.
Write some fucking comedy. That's what the guy yelled.
Here's the thing. I love both people in the video too.
Yeah.
It's like I know both people, and like I know Kenny. I was just on a show with him a couple weeks ago. I've known Harry for years.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you go like, oh, like I feel like the kid in a bad relationship. Like, guys, please don't fight. I just want to have a nice Christmas this year.
You're like, Mom, why is Dad such a dick? And you realize Mom is cousin Kenny. With that fucking jacket, he has to be Mom. He dresses like one of the goddamn Beverly Hills Housewives.
It's like your two drug dealing cousins who just don't get along because they're both on the same corner. It's like, guys, like, can't you just split the corner profits?
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes a video like that will go viral, like before any of your actual material does. Just like a fight at like a comedy club or something like that. Some big.
You guys
argument.
remember Ming?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
I missed my 2 minutes because I had to be up early. Literally, I left.
Oh my God, that was wild. That person was wild because she came in like a tornado into the North Jersey scene and then just disappeared.
I almost went there that night. I missed it.
Oh, that's when it turned Johnny Hollywood's pizza into a frisbee.
Yeah, she moved my camera during my set right before.
Fucking Johnny's like, my pizza.
He's like, no, and that thing just flew so quickly.
Dude, she's a bad person. She moved my camera, so I had a really good angle. She moved that. She was holding her dog. She's awful. Oh, I found the clip. Imagine waiting like 12 hours. Imagine waiting 12 hours.
I love this girl.
Listen, it worked. Somehow it's worked. Check this out, Walter.
Sophie Powers is my new favorite.
Let's hit it.
I had a pet lizard named George. He was cool, but he made me really bored. So I gave him to my mom, and she loves him very much because animals are better than people. They try to cancel me, bother me, stop bothering me. I don't even like my job. Karens, shut the up. Vegans, shut the up. Babies, shut the up. Everyone needs to shut the up. Laundry, shut the up. War, shut the up. Dinosaurs, shut the up. Everyone needs to shut the up. Traffic, shut the up. People, shut the up. Groceries, shut the up. Everyone needs to shut the up. That's it.
Wait for it.
How do you feel, Lionel?
I'm mortified. My wife will play me that song every evening. Yeah, you should have put Luke. Shut the up.
Oh, I like that.
All right, Carrie.
You clearly got a thing going. You are interesting. You know, obviously in the context of American Idol. I don't know where you would fit in.
Yeah.
Imagine waiting 17 hours online, and they with like people like guys who play acoustic, singers, naturally trained singers. You're waiting 17 hours, and then that comes in. But she took a risk,
and it clearly paid off.
It did pay off.
It did gigantic. She's got 3 million followers now.
Yeah, because
and Luke Combs likes her. Luke. Shut the
That's-
fuck up.
That's sometimes where comedy really does work the best is in places you're not expecting it.
Unconventional places.
Yeah, it's why like you're seeing a lot more shows like the live shows where people are doing like mixtures of things like dating shows you're seeing a lot more of like instead of just pure comedy because like people want like that little bit of like I don't know like the mixture of things I guess like I know Bingomedy was a thing if you guys know C Post and he was doing that for a while I don't know I haven't seen him promote that recently but that was a big thing for a moment for him and that I think that could have been something a little bit bigger if they had done a little bit more with it but they were doing it at a whole bunch of different spots including like Rhino and Tommy Fox's so like kind of this niche comedy character stuff like that was like doing a character that's like Borat almost
or like that guy that does the puns in the New York subway.
Yeah.
Who, Carl? He's in New York subway now?
Oh my god.
or like when we when we did the show at the Dunkin' Donuts on the Garden State Parkway rest stop.
Oh yeah, I was there.
My cousin Kenny.
Carl's an interesting one, man.
Carl is an interesting one, and he's got some heavy hitters.
It's funny because like you will run into people now who will do the mic twirl in reference to Carl in places that like, oh, you don't even know him. This is just from the internet.
Yeah,
I'm like, and they're doing it like almost kind of like as like I don't know, but then they're like, that's my Carl. I can crap on Carl. You can't crap on Carl.
You know, I love every single one of his videos now. Like there's always the comments that say, what kind of joke is that?
My favorite Carl joke he goes, I was at Madison Square Garden. It's a circle.
And it's not on Madison. And it's not a garden. But you know what? I think that kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, where it's like, you know, nowadays, like it's all about like promoting yourself online, trying to get like that big moment or whatever. And especially nowadays, the methods are just getting like crazier and like more elaborate, you know, and, you know, in some ways deceptive too. But again, I think this all ties back to like the early 2000s. I think this all started with Dane Cook on MySpace. You know, he's the one that really cracked the code and realized like, hey, you know, I could get big just by like, you know, promoting myself online. And, you know, looking back on it, you know, I thought he was funny up until I got to like middle school and I was like, oh, this guy's not that funny. But he just kind of figured out how to use the internet. And you know, a lot of other comics were pissed at him at that time too. Like, you know, they're like, this guy sucks. He's not even funny. But like, you know, at the same time, look at it. You know, he's killing out there. Like he's filling stadiums. People want to come see him. And there's actually there was this story about I think Dave Chappelle like showed up to like a mic. And one of the guys was like, oh, hey, Dave, tonight is actually Dane's night. You know, they're like letting him go on for like a full hour to like do his thing. And Dave was like, kind of like, the fuck, you know? So Dave goes up, he does like 10 minutes or something. And Dane was supposed to go on right after him. And like right before he ended his set, he was like, you know what, guys, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to go outside and have a smoke. And if you guys want to come join me, you know, by all means. So as soon as Dave got off stage, like everybody followed him outside and like missed out on Dane Cook's set.
Oh, man.
Funny.
Yeah. So petty.
There was somebody I know was doing a mic at the Comedy Store, and it's a bucket pull.
Okay.
And so like he got called up there. And then he goes, all right, he's cool. He's about to go on. And then all of a sudden, Adam Sandler walks in. David Spade walks in. And I forgot who else walked in. Somebody else walked in. So he goes, uh-oh. And so he got so intimidating, he didn't even go up.
Oh, wow.
And following.
So with Dane Cook, the funny thing is a couple years later when he would do the Comedy Store, He used to bump Chris D'Elia all the time. I know Chris D'Elia. Everybody else's other favorite like viral comic that that loves younger women. That was actually something they both shared. They both had a lot of younger women fans. Eventually,
Yeah, that's true.
You know, with Dane Cook, it was because of the MySpace, and with D'Elia, I mean, obviously, like people eventually found out like that he was DMing people, but a huge part of that was because he was Justin Bieber's favorite comic.
Yeah,
and he had him on the roast. And then he was also big on Vine, and those two things were like very young people oriented. So he was like, I think that was also the other thing with those comics is that they had this like different fan base. Same thing with Matt Rife. Like, it's just like all of a sudden you have like some of these comics who have like these young women fans.
You know what? Like Matt Rife, his crowd work game, like he's obviously proven himself, but I have yet to see him do stand up.
I don't think he's funny.
I watched some of his stuff. But
he has 3 specials. 2 of them are on YouTube. His second special on YouTube is probably his best thing that he ever did.
But it's actual stand-up?
It's actual stand-up. Yeah, his second special on YouTube's actual stand-up. There is a little bit of crowd work in there, but it's all stand-up. It's probably the best of all of his specials. It's not like he does do a crowd work special called Red Flags. So when his special bombed on Netflix, when everybody was like talking about, like, I watched that special, that was terrible. Yeah. But I realized he did a special 8 months earlier, and I think what happened was that he did his second special, which was probably like he taped his second special about like 8 to 9 months before it had released 8 months before, and then he went super viral like that. Like he released that special, and that was the exact point when he was going berserk, and everybody was watching him, and he was now selling tickets for like $300 a pop at minimum. Yeah. And then he did the Netflix special, and then his ticket sales dropped after that because his Netflix special was terrible. And it was like, but the thing that I realized was Netflix probably approached him and said, here's 15 million, create a special while you're still hot.
Right.
And so like we want it now because we want to capitalize on what you're doing. And he probably didn't have any other good jokes that were like worked out, because again, yes, he's been doing it for 10 years, but like then all of a sudden you're dealing with trying to rework jokes and like try to get it like special ready while everybody's trying to come see you when they are a fan of you, which is kind of hard because when people are coming out to shows, like if they are like, this is something that Chris Rock used to talk about, where it's like you get so big, people will just laugh at everything when they come in.
Yeah.
Because they're, you know, they bought the tickets, they got drunk, they, you know, now I think he's not capitalized on any further. Like he didn't take that time away after that first special bomb and he had 15 million. I haven't seen him do anything that's improved on that. But so like
that's
maybe
the one I ever saw. I got to watch the second one now because I saw that one. I was like, this is, I'm looking at, and that almost propelled me more. I'm like, well, this is making money. Shit.
Right. And you know, it happens with really, I guess, any type of entertainer that, you know, they're trying to like capture that lightning in a bottle moment. And, you know, a lot of people aren't ready or don't know how to make that next move, or you know, other people they just, you know, they know exactly what to do, or they already have something prepared, and I don't know, they just put out like a masterpiece, and you know, they basically build like a long sustaining career out of it.
Well, think of it like this. Specials used to be something you got after 10 years of doing stand-up. And then after that, you would maybe do one once every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. was the first one to really try to do it like on a yearly basis. And then like you would see like Bill Burr would do like every 2 to 3 years. You know, and part of that is because you're touring it and you're able to work it and rework it and tweak it. And again, from going to all these different rooms, and like now you're seeing a lot of headlining comics open for other comics that they are friends with who maybe they don't match their audience, so they could test material out. If you go see, and that especially if you go see them at like a major stadium. Like my sister went to go see Shane Gillis, and all the people who opened for Shane Gillis at MSG were like people who were also headliners. Like it was Big J opened for him. Which is like, now Big J is also not usually doing stadiums on his own. He's not usually doing MSG on his own. But again, like that's still somebody who like you would go see him and he would sell out a room.
Like a theater.
Do you think if he didn't get fired from SNL, he would still be as big as he is, Shane Gillis? That's probably a blessing.
Yeah, well, I will actually say the cancellation thing, like this is something that got talked about back then, is being canceled from SNL might be better for your career than actually being
Yeah.
on SNL, because
I
I know
agree.
people who were on SNL and their career didn't do that didn't do anything for their career, because you can get fired a year later, 2 years later.
Oh yeah.
You got on 2 or 3 things and nobody heard your name. You didn't get to stay on long enough for people to see you on TV. Maybe you were in 3 sketches in the whole span of it. So
Yeah.
I know like 2 or 3 people where that happened and it didn't do anything for their career other than they had an agent. It was a credit. So like it's helpful, but like compared to like people who never would have known who Shane Gillis was if he was in 3 sketches, now knew who he was because he was on SNL. His name got viral from the cancellation thing. I do think he would have done well, because you look at what he did with Gillian Keeves.
Yeah.
And that was something that was like that's what really kind of pushed him to be like, oh, like when that was his real comeback. Like, yes, everybody learned his name in 2019 after the cancellation, but Gillian Keeves, the sketch thing that he was doing, that was actually something that got him a lot more notoriety initially with like people who maybe didn't know who he was, or maybe knew who he was, but maybe like didn't see any of his comedy. He hadn't had any kind of like real big things yet. That was a big thing that got him boosted, I think.
Right, and because he didn't really have like a big streaming partnership or anything like that. Like it was pretty much done all like independently, and it was such like high quality too for what it was. And also it was just like the whole cancellation thing, like, you know, that's just something that kind of like happened to him. It's not like, you know, I think a lot of comics nowadays are almost like trying to get canceled, if you get what I mean. Like they almost
it's like a trend now. Like it could help you more, so people are kind of going out of their way.
Or it's like their like whole marketing campaign is kind of like, oh, they're trying to cancel me or silence me or something like that, and it's like, I don't know. Meanwhile, their jokes just kind of suck.
The cancellation thing only works if you're like, if you are good too. Like you still have to be good at what you're doing, which is also the thing of like building an audience is like you could be like, so like this has happened with a lot of the TikTokers they end up booking to do clubs, is that, oh, they get very big, they have a following, they could even sell out a club for a night. And then what happens is that people come out and they realize they can only do they can't even do 10 to 15 minutes on stage. And so what they do, like I think there was somebody at Levity, they booked a TikToker for like a Thursday thing. He sold out the club, and then he spent like 10 minutes twerking and then like selling merch on stage.
I was working a show. I'm not going to say where or who it was.
You shake ass.
I was working a show, and the headliner, he was a TikToker. I've never heard of this guy. I know nothing about this guy. It was a very small room, like a very, very small room. And I was there with my wife because I was working the show with him. And my wife went to sit down, and this guy's like, I'm sorry, this is reserved for family and friends. I said, it's my wife. She's going to sit here. They go, I'm sorry, this is reserved. Now, this is like the size of a 1-bedroom apartment. Very small. And I'm immediately like annoyed by this, because this wasn't like a huge room, you know, where there's like a VIP or any of that shit. This was just like a corner of a room. So I remember I'm sitting there. I go, who the fuck is this guy? So I'm sitting down. I found out his name, and I like Googled his name to see who this guy is. And he's like a TikToker. He's got like 100,000 followers and all that shit. And I'm watching this guy, and he was purely booked for the reason that he's an influencer, media personality. And I didn't get it. He was struggling to do 25 minutes, and a lot of his stuff was about him being semi-famous and blah blah blah. And it was awful. And I know he got booked because they thought it was going to be like this huge attendance. And he had his mom, his brother, and his friends. And the guy was a little disappointed because they were expecting this massive thing. But I was annoyed instantly that my wife couldn't sit down in like a corner because it was like a reserved section. And this guy's awful. Like he was a nice guy, and after he didn't even come up to me after. His friend goes to me, sorry about your wife, you know, this is just how it works in this business. I go,
That's weird.
Wow.
Who the fuck are you? And he's got like massive followers. It was awful. Like, I'm not shitting on somebody's comedy, but I didn't get it. I saw that he was struggling, and a lot of his act was focusing about how he's so popular and how it gets annoying and blah 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 blah. And so like I'm going with this, like a lot of these venues book these huge TikToker people just for the thought of it, but it doesn't quite pan out.
Yeah, or either that, or it's like you know, they're kind of like a one-trick pony, or you know, they just kind of have like some gimmick that doesn't really work like outside of TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok now. I'm a stand-up comedian.
I know this guy played Rodney's, and he had 160 people show up, and he broke out Anthony Cumia's police report.
Oh God! Like I don't know if you know Drewski. He's like a pretty popular comedian right now. He's not really like a traditional stand-up comedian, but like he is a comedian. And I think not that long ago, he hosted like this big show, and people paid like a lot of money for it, and then everyone complained afterwards that it sucked. There he is.
Oh no, I was just changing something on the settings.
I feel Walter got sucked into the darkness.
Yeah, I got nervous. That's
fucking vortex in the right corner of that room.
No, I was just adjusting my settings. Something popped up, and I was like, "Oh no, I can't see things."
Oh, he got excited. He had to touch himself. Got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was. That's the thing. The porn's on that screen as I'm doing this. So I had to get the advertisement off the screen. Otherwise, I can't see the actual porn. I hate that on Pornhub.
I hate when that happens.
Wait 15 seconds for this lube commercial to end.
Oh no, he just had to put a new strip of duct tape on his victim's mouth.
Right.
It's healing over here. You gotta
retie some knots.
Someone's got to watch them.
I'm just waiting for someone to come out behind you and just grab you. It's very scary.
If
Phantasm, boy.
If you look at like Matt Rife, you know he blew up like massively off like all those crowd working clips, and then you know he was like doing shows after that, and you know he was starting to get more into like written material, and you could tell like that it like wasn't really his strong suit, like it wasn't as good, I think, and you could kind of see that after a while, and you know I guess he wasn't prepared for that like when he blew up, but I will say it's gotten better.
I also think it's just adjusting to like all of a sudden that level of a room, to going from clubs and like not selling out a place to selling out and being the headliner, to people paying to come, like paying big, paying surpluses of money to go see you. Mm-hmm. I also think that like there's people who get into it and they're like, oh, I could just do it really easily. There's people who end up like, for instance, a friend of ours from Connecticut, Matt Lopes, like he got big on Instagram and TikTok and is actually gonna be headlining Levity next week. He on Thursday. So if you're, go check him out because he's a great dude. But the way he kind of got to develop a little bit is he linked up with another, and he was already doing stand up. He was hosting up at Stress Factory in Connecticut. So, and he was very tight with Vinny Brand, and he got to get good up there. Then he started opening with another guy who, like a comic who had been doing it for 10 years, who went viral on TikTok and Instagram. So he started touring with that guy, and that allowed him to work like 15 to 20 minutes in front of that comic and kind of really retweak what he wants to do when he headlines. So sometimes linking up with somebody like that, where like you're not really relying on your crowd to kind of get to develop, I think is huge. You're also seeing a lot of people, like I remember hearing Daniel Tosh talk, not Daniel Tosh, it was Bert Kreischer's talked about this, about opening for Daniel Tosh, is that Tosh told him, just get famous. Once you get famous, you'll get the stage time. You can go ahead and work that stuff. So
you can figure it out. Basically.
Yeah, and that is kind of an interesting debate, is how quickly do you want to get famous? Because with stand up, because okay, now you got to go ahead and work that material and do that time. Mm-hmm. But if you're going out there and you're doing that, if you can't do it, you're going to fail your audience. But on the other end of it, when you're getting 45 minutes a night, you can kind of learn very fast, right? Like if we're not like, you get 5 minutes in an open mic every night, or 10 minutes on a show or a bar show or this thing, or you're big enough where you're getting 45 minutes a night or 30 minutes a night, and you can keep building that up. I think it like there's a balancing test, right? Like if you got it, you grew up 2 years in versus 3 years in versus 5 years in, all those things might change like how much you can deal with that.
Are we back?
Right.
Did Devil get him? Is he gone? I see him in there, but I don't know if that's
Walter,
if that was Walter from before, or if that's Walter was body snatched. What happened?
No, he
can you hear me?
Okay. So he's not dropping N-bombs like G Poe. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Well, G Pow was saying racial slurs.
Talking about cowboys and shit. Wow.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Burt Kreischer and Daniel Tosh, because I know there's like another story, or it's probably the same story, where Burt opened up for him, but there was like this asshole drunk heckler in the crowd that was just like bothering him through his entire set. And then after he finished, he goes backstage and Tosh asked him, he's like, "What the hell was that?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. There's this guy or whatever." And Tosh was like, "Oh no, that's not happening." And Tosh just like walked out there and was like, "No, I'm not starting until that guy's gone. That guy, fuck him. You get out of here. You're garbage. You're trash. Your girlfriend looks ancient." Like just going off on this heckler and literally like kicked him out of the show before he even started his set.
And I haven't gone to a Tosh show since.
Well, you should be able to handle your own. Like, if you got heckled, it's going to happen. Like, if there's any comedic training or however you want to phrase it, like you should be ready for that no matter what. Like, there's always going to be an asshole that's going to try. You ever been heckled, Walter?
There's dude, going about it.
Dude, I love it. Well, I don't know if I would love it, but I will say this. It's one of those things. I mean, it kind of goes along with the crowd work thing, right? Like, because honestly, that's the inverse of what people complain about with crowd work, is that it activates hecklers sometimes in the crowd. Right. So I'm kind of very much used to people shouting things out. Sometimes it will throw you off and you get used to it and you adjust, or like, it's like any other set. Like sometimes things go your way. Sometimes like you just get one bad heckler and it's like, all right, like if you couldn't control that. But honestly, there are times where everybody has different ways of dealing with hecklers. Sometimes the easiest way of dealing with a really hostile heckler is kind of trying to win them on your side and not just attacking them, because then it's you versus them. But then like when you can kind of pull them in on like, hey, like this is a show. How do I get you to be like complacent until like, because there's some people who are just going to be belligerent and you got to get somebody to take them out because there's just like some levels of craziness you can't handle. That happens when they get the security guard to come in. But 90% of the time, I've never had that happen because honestly, I'm not doing places with security. So,
right.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
I always joke about that at the Rhino. I'm like, there's no security in this place. And, you really can't trust the people that could afford the $5 to get in here.
Stuttering John had security at Tommy's.
Oh yeah, after what happened before.
There were two big guys at Tommy Fox's, and I found out like the next day that he had security because of the whole Rodney's thing. They were waiting for something.
Oh. Yeah, well, remember the whiskey cellar when we had? Were you guys? Either one of you guys were at the whiskey cellar when the Russian couple was there? The guy just started talking in the middle of everybody's sets. Just him and Jay got into this whole discussion.
Oh yeah, that was great.
He tried to be part of the show.
Yeah, but everyone kind of fucked with him a little bit. It was funny.
But that guy was like, back in the Soviet Union.
Oh, that's great.
His wife was having a laugh, and she was trying to get him to stop. But there's like different types of hecklers. There's like the attention whore that just always has to be the center of attention. There's just the people that like think they're helping the show. And there's like, I don't know, there's other types too, and there's different ways of handling them as well. I mean, especially
person, like they're just way too wasted and they're really into it, but they're almost too into it.
Yeah, make fun of them and imply that they're drunk or high, or make fun of their job or whatever.
Well,
But
that
they're
was
also
that
some of the
guy.
best ones.
That guy thought he was actually at a bar hanging out with us, just bullshitting. I mean, that's what he was doing. In the middle of somebody said, he goes, "That's a funny joke. You know, I remember when." Stop.
Yeah, hecklers are like I think it's a fun experience sometimes. Sometimes it's like especially early on, it's very intimidating.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I had to deal with it was there used to be a place in Westwood, New Jersey. It was the Sunday open mic. It was the only mic in town, kind of at that point. So you would get a lot of comics that would come through. So you would get the Rockland County, like New York comics. You'd get the New Jersey comics, and so like that's where I met Josh Wells for the first time. It's where I met Youssef for the first time, and we got a heckler who like blew up like 4 people's sets, and then like but everybody's way of dealing with them was just getting hostile at them, and that was just making them more hostile. And they were there to watch the Steelers play. So at one point in time, like somebody had called him a drug dealer. They were going back and forth. So I get up there, I go, "Oh, you guys are drug dealers? Like, yo, I'm a lawyer. I kind of need a client. So how you guys doing?"
You know that's another thing too. Is sorry, that's another thing too. Is like when when it's like the whole crowd that's like not engaged versus like I don't know, just like one heckler that's kind of ruining it for like the whole crowd, which is great because then. If you play it right, you turn the whole crowd against that one person, and then, you kind of make fun of them, make everyone else laugh. And I think it's also, like you said, it's like a balancing act too. Like you want to be like, you want to keep it playful. You don't want to seem like a total asshole because then you start losing the crowd. Like you definitely want to keep them on your side. And I forgot what my next point was.
Alibaba.
Alibaba.
But that was our next point.
Walter, we are about to wrap this up. We want to thank you so much for coming out, man. We definitely appreciate it. Like it's cool. Like I've never met you, so it's cool to meet another comic in our little circuit. Do you have anything going on? Any shows coming up? Anything you want to promote?
So tonight I'm on a show in Nanuet, New York. I think it's actually sold out at Nanuet Restaurant. Brian Scalaro is going to be headlining it. I'm on Wednesday. I'm going to be in Belleville with 11 Laughs. They do a bunch of shows in New Jersey that are like they do it at different venues. So that's really cool. That they kind of mix a little bit of. They have like an improv group that gets involved at the end of it, and they'll book 2 or 3 comics, and so that's kind of fun. So those are the 2 main things I have coming up. I think again, that's all this stuff's on my Instagram. I'll post it. It's usually on my stories.
Yeah, I was trying to find a. Like I was looking at my email to see if you sent out a flyer. I was gonna put it up there.
Well, the thing I don't know if I have a flyer for Wednesday. I think I do have a flyer somewhere, but he doesn't send me like. This is the thing that we've gotten to where there's no uniform in stand-up anymore of how people send things and how they want you to promote them and how everything works. So like I might get tagged in a post, and that's the closest I get to getting a flyer for something. Or somebody sends me it, but they send me it like in a PDF document that I can't like screenshot or send out. Like it's because there's so many different people with different technological issues in modern day stand-up, because even how you connect with people, like I know people from Facebook versus Instagram, and it's just like it's such a mess. But that's 90. The 2 shows that I'm on this week are I mean, I had a show last night, but that's over, so I'm not going to promote a show I'm not doing. Or that's already over. But yeah, tonight at the Nanuet Restaurant. Wednesday, I'm going to be in Belleville with 11 Laughs, if you know where they're from. And then next week, I'll be in Port Chester on Sunday. And other than that, I appreciate you guys having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for coming on.
I watched a couple of the episodes. You guys have gotten very good. Like it's just like it's a very fun hang.
Oh, appreciate that.
Thank you.
I think what you need to do is on May 16th, come to Tommy Fox's and hang there.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
Tommy Fox's is fun. I love Tommy Fox's.
May 16th, good day to be there. We got Don Jameson showing up.
Don Jameson is very good friends with you guys. So Don Jameson likes to tour with this friend of mine named Mark Riccadonna, and they're they're very good friends. Like they're very tight, and if you know Don Jameson's comedy, very dark. Mark's very light, and they kind of have this angel and demon thing kind of going on when they hang out together. They did a lot of like rock star boat comedy, like the cruise ships thing. So both are very good guys. I enjoy watching both of them. And they're also who's the other guy that they sometimes open with? I can't remember the dude's name, and he's probably the biggest of the three.
Florentine.
What?
Jim
Eddie Chung, Jim Florentine, and Don
Jim
James.
Florentine, that's who it was.
Jim
I saw them
Florentine.
with Jim Florentine. The three of them were doing stuff down at there was a place in Teaneck. They did a Sunday show together because it was just like, hey, you want to come do like a workout room or whatever? And it was Mark and Don Jameson and Rick Adana, Mark and Jim Florentine.
All right, definitely check that out. But we're coming up to hour and 29 minutes.
We're gonna kick you out now. Be gone.
Thank you so much. I like to do a final thing. I like to kick out people in mid sentence. So if there's a final word you want to say,
don't fall into the darkness.
Is there final thing you want to say?
Pleasure, y'all. It's been a really good time. You guys are a beautiful, beautiful group. But yeah.
Say something bad about Jason.
What's up?
Say something terrible about Jason.
Say something terrible about Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so short.
5 seconds.
You can see how short he is because
3,
I don't know.
2, 1.
Aren't I taller than you?
Now say something good about Jason.
Yes.
It's like The Sopranos. You just cut the black mid sentence.
Got whacked. Holy shit. We are an hour and a half out. Thank you so much. Follow Wojo Death Punch. He's good, man. He's got a lot of insight, a lot of stories, seasoned comic, doing his thing. We got to give a big shout out to Alibaba. I'm going with the grape. Love going with the grape. Not changing. It's not happening. I'm sticking with my grape. Mentioned 3 Mics No Mercy, 333 Essex Street in Lodi. Check them out. A lot of
John's
shit
a
going
guy
on there.
that knows what he likes, and he's not going to change.
Go there, man. They'll take you on another level. We got to give a big little promotion out there to the UPAC. The UPAC is doing something very exciting tonight. Preacher Lawson. It's a big dude. He was on America's Got Talent. A lot of people don't necessarily advance from these shows, but he has shown that you can. Preacher Lawson has shown that you can. He's got 2 shows tonight. Come check him out. He's got a 7:00 show and he's got a 9:30 show at the UPAC. Tickets are still available.
Super funny guy.
Really fucking funny guy. I was looking at his shit. It's like old school fucking like Eddie Murphy, like kind of like Chris Tucker, just like very in your face, animated. He's fucking doing things. So please check him out. Show him some love. Preacher Lawson tonight at the UPAC. We got another thing going on. What the heck, Robert? You want to tell us about this real quick? We're excited about this because this is for a good cause.
That's not the new one. All right, we got to put the new one up. I thought I sent it to you. Oh yeah, there it is. I see it. The thing in the middle. I see it. I'm blind. I'm an old blind man. Basically, we're getting together at the Jackson Lodge, raising some money for Oceans of Love. It's a dinner comedy. We've got John Latter, who hosts this show. We've got Jason the Birdman, who co-hosts the show. We've got me, who may be hosting that show. We got Laura Lifshitz, very funny girl, very funny. We got Donald Lloyd, one of my old high school friends, also very funny. Jojo, he's an interesting dude. Jojo actually used to coach the Newark Bears, and he's a cancer survivor. Yeah. And then we got this idiot named No Filter Paul. I don't know who he is. He's supposed to be funny. He's our headliner.
Well, he's going to destroy you for that.
Dude, he always destroys. You know what? Half his show is just picking on me when I'm in the audience. One time I wore an orange shirt and he called me the Great Pumpkin. So we just go from there.
Oh, that's great.
No, I love Paul. Paul's fucking hysterical. One of the funniest dudes. Just crowd work is immense. Talk about crowd work. That's the guy.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And I lay these little legs so he could just beat me up so I can learn how to like do crowd work.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got a couple things going on. Hold on 1 second. Keep filibustering to tell us more about why you don't
Paul's
like
British, so he's never been to a dentist.
Well, he's English.
No,
actually, he's Welsh. I believe he's Welsh. He likes to be called a Welshman. He likes it. He has a podcast of his own. If you watch it, he gets close to the screen. He turns blue. Looks like
him and Dave Harsh. doing their thing.
He
Got
looks like
exciting
one.
things happening.
There we go.
On Jameson and Friends, featuring the Robert Steven.
He's my friend. I can openly
friend.
say that Don Jameson's my friend because it says Don Jameson and Friends.
Yeah,
featuring
just like Bobby Timbero
me.
was my friend. Maybe you know what? Maybe my friend Bobby Timbero I'll introduce him to your friends. We can all be friends.
Just remember, Bobby Timbero did not say Bobby Timbero and Friends. It said Bobby Timbero and guests.
But he's my friend, and it's on a flyer. And he told me, he goes, "You're my friend."
Well,
So
then it's official. But get your tickets May 16th. Funny night.
Tommy Fox's.
Don't miss out.
Going to be a hoot. If you want to come see me tonight, I'll be at Strange Loves in Philly. Excited about this.
I yelled long enough to.
Athena, Pepe, Yelena. I think we all know Yelena. And myself, John Latter, will be there tonight. Strange Loves in Philly. Come out, check it out. Keith 2 Times is producing it. It'll be a fun little blast. I never did Philly before, so I'm excited about.
Strange Loves is a really if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's a really cool bar. I believe they have like an arcade upstairs.
Nice. Well, I will be there tonight. Oh, and really quickly before we go, I was talking about how my dog is odd. This is what happened 10 minutes before the show. Tell me if you think this is weird. Look at how he assembled everything.
Looks like a crop circle.
Your dog looks like he's been hanging out with the White Walkers on Game of Thrones.
Right? It's fucking weird. Like, what the hell is that?
He's trying to spell out a message.
I was trying to figure it out.
Well, you haven't responded to his barks, so he's looking for a new way of communication.
Yeah, and
Puppy, phone home. Puppy, phone home.
So odd. It's like a perfect formation.
Now hold on. Are you sure someone didn't just break into your house and do that?
No, I don't think so.
That was peculiar. I have no words.
Yeah, I don't know words either. But
could you imagine? Could you imagine just like breaking into someone's house every night and just like rearranging everything and then sneaking out?
Like Frank Denome?
Yeah.
So
Frank Denome, he's just all over the place. Like, where's he right now? Do we know?
I don't. That's the scariest part, man.
That is scary, man.
He could be anywhere.
I was really scared for Walter. It was just like pitch black. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, that was really scary at first. The only thing missing from that was like a fucking light from the camera light, like a Blair Witch.
Looked like an interrogation room.
And
like the fucking shaky light. She's being chased in the woods or what the dude was or whatever.
So I know what we learned. I wrote down what we learned today.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
What we learned today. Cats
Maybe
are
that
assholes.
should be a new segment.
Right off the bat, cats are assholes.
I like that, Jason.
And dogs are nicer than cats.
Yeah.
We learned how to do crowd work from a master.
Yeah.
We learned that it's Walter's fault that Jason's here.
100%.
And we learned that Jason's flexible.
I think I'm going to ban Walter for that.
And we learned that Sophie Powers has balls.
Yeah.
And we were taught that Matt Rife's third set special really sucks. Watch the second one.
We did learn that.
Those are the things we learned today. Oh, and that your dog apparently communicates with space aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens. We got to give a big shout out to G Pal Comedy. G was a fun guest, man. Like, he gave us true insight on what it's like in the Austin scene. Go to Midweek Meltdown Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Shakespeare's on 6th Avenue. Don't be a loser. Like, if you go to Austin, you know what you're getting into. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know you're gonna get drunk. You know you're gonna get laid, but just go see comedy, man, because those are the real comics out there, like, who really fucking grind, go under a bridge, maybe make friends.
Hey,
so
go
much
to that bridge in Austin.
Trade a
Go to
pack
the
of
bridge in
cigarettes
Austin.
for a place to sleep.
Yeah.
And really quick for you Vegas people that are watching me and watching us, Preacher's going to be at Jimmy Kimmel's in the middle of August.
Preacher Lawson.
Preacher Lawson. He'll be in Vegas. Jimmy Kimmel's middle of August. Go look it up.
That's awesome. Well, that was a fun one. We want to thank people for being there. Follow us at 3 Mike Mercy on the old Instagram. As well as Huck. First. As well as this one. 3 Mike Mercy on Spotify. Check it out. Watch on the John Ladder Comedy Channel. Enjoy. Have a day. Be well.